I just quit my job to pursue my dreams, and you should too. Maybe. For those of you that don't know me, you can call me Zay. I've been making music and content for over a decade now. I remember when I was 11 years old and I was first introduced to GarageBand. One of my buddies that I met at a camping trip, he had been producing for a while now, and we ended up hanging out, and he introduced me to the world of making music. Fast forward 5 years, and I had finally saved up enough money in order to build myself a computer. And that changed the game for me. I remember ordering all the specific parts and building it out on PC Part Picker, trying to make the perfect machine that I can make videos, that I can make music on, and I was so excited to finally have it. I was excited to start creating, and I spent countless hours locked inside of my legally acquired DAW. It became a form of release for me. Any of the emotional problems that I was going through, any of the concepts that I had in my head, I would express through music or express through videos. It was the perfect release for me. And over the years, that continued to grow until it became my dream. I mean, literally, I would dream about it. I dreamt about the next video idea or the next song idea. I would have dreams about performing my music. But then life happened. Now, this wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I got a job, I got a girlfriend, I moved out of state, found my own place, met new friends, met wonderful people, started to increase my responsibilities. But one thing that did happen is my dream took a back seat. And again, that's not a bad thing. I mean, think about it. Art is relatable because the artist is imbuing their life experience into their medium. That creates a direct connection to the audience and the creator. So if I didn't have these life experiences, then would my artistic expression resonate with anyone? But enough about me. Did you know that you and everyone you love and cherish are gonna die? I mean, seriously, think about it. One day, you're not gonna be here anymore. Now, regardless of your belief, I want you to imagine for just a second that there isn't anything after this life. Just like our memory of what's before this life. Our conscious minds only know things. We only know what it's like to exist. But what's the opposite of that? It's not an abyss, it's not blackness, it's deeper than that. It's even the lack of an abyss. I think there's quite a bit of utility in grasping or attempting to grasp nothing. Now, I sure hope there's something after this, but when you think about it this way and when you truly understand nothing, it puts things into perspective. For some reason, we've been given this sliver of experience, of existence. When you take it in that context, it adds a bit more weight to this thing we call life. So life, it's this weird thing where we get to feel, we get to touch, taste, smell, hear, see, experience. And to me, I would argue there's two sensations that kind of stand above the rest. Those are joy and love. Love to me is the unwavering attention and care for something, whether it be tangible or intangible. That regardless of if it's here, the love still remains. That's why it hurts so bad to lose a loved one. I mean, love's such a weird thing. If it was purely a biological function used to create an attachment to someone or something else in order to benefit from it, then the second that object or person disappears, the love would cease. But that's not what happens. Enjoy. Joy to me is the overflowing of satisfaction and peace, whether it comes from completing a task or falling in love with a moment of time. It's the emotional marriage between your mind and your heart. Now, this differentiates joy from instant gratification or even mere pleasure, because rather than scratching the itch, it's like the itch never existed in the first place. And the thing I've found is when you're walking through life with these sensations as your guide, it makes life meaningful. There's a sense of purpose attached to this existence, whether you're going through a rough time or things are easy. With those as the barometer or as the aim, life isn't meaningless task after meaningless task. Love gives you an attachment and a grounding in reality, and joy makes these tasks worth it. And when you experience joy, a little bit of light enters your life.
If you don't know me, I'm Chubs. You probably saw my vlog where I quit my job and dropped my equipment off with my employer. And that was an interesting experience. As I reflect back on the 3 years that I was there, I remember so many discussions I had with coworkers and even just people in general, a lot of my friends. When this subject of career comes up, they first discount the idea that you would follow any passion, and they mention how they themselves are just there for the paycheck. And I remember just thinking, is that where we've evolved to? Are we now just worker bees to get money for 90% of our time and then spend only 10% of our time doing things we actually enjoy, things that allow us to love and feel joy? I couldn't accept that. I tried for 3 years. So now I took the leap. I'd still be, at this moment, taking calls at my job. But now, I get to be here. And I get to go broke and starve and die. So why wouldn't you go for it? This is a real life version of Pascal's wager, but rather than about believing in God, it's about believing in yourself and looking within yourself to find something that you love, to find something that brings you this heightened sense of joy. Why wouldn't you take that wager? You have infinite upside potential. You might discover something that would fundamentally change your life and allow you to pursue something that would fulfill every moment. What's to lose? I heard this once and I think it's true. People don't live the way they do because they want to. They live the way they do because they don't know what else to do. But I think we know what else to do. There's things in our life that we've experienced that we're passionate about, that we love, that we enjoy, and that we want to do. You might not have to take the leap that we did. You could maybe fit your love and your joy into your corporate job or any job or a different educational path. The point is, you need to discover within and then take the leap.
So the question now becomes, what do you love? What brings you joy? A couple months ago, I ended up moving back to my beautiful home state. And I was once again surrounded by the people that cared about me the most. And pretty quickly, they realized this deep dissatisfaction that I had in my career pursuits. And it wasn't like I didn't realize it, but they saw what I couldn't see, how it was affecting my life, my trajectory. And after pointing this out to me, it made me reflect on the idea that I'm going to die. And I reflected on those two sensations, and I pretty quickly realized that they weren't even on my totem pole of priorities. They weren't even scratching the top 10. So after getting the support and green light from those who were relying on me, I decided to go all in. I quit my job, and I've committed myself and the rest of my life to pursuing those things that give me joy and that I love.